Hi, today we're going to look at words which are commonly confused, which are often mixed up. The ones we're going to look at today are these. It's not just foreign speakers who mix them up. Sometimes native speakers mix these particular words up as well. So let's look at them. We'll start with raise and rise. Raise is a transitive verb. So it takes an object. It's regular, so it's formed with the D at the end for the past simple and the past participle. And it means to lift something up or to increase something. Whereas rise is an intransitive verb. That means it doesn't take an object. It's also irregular. So we have rise, rose in the past, and risen, the past participle. And this verb means to move up or to increase by itself. For example, the boy raised his hand to ask the teacher a question. The boy, he lifted his hand up. Okay, his hand is the object. Whereas rise, we can say the sun rises every morning. Nobody helps the sun. It comes up itself. Especially and specially are very commonly confused. Especially is an adverb that means particularly or above all. For example, she loves cheese, especially chili cheddar cheese. So she loves cheese. In particular, the one she likes best is chili cheddar cheese. Whereas specially is also an adverb, but we use it to talk about the specific purpose of something. For example, her wedding dress was specially designed for her. So somebody designed it particularly for her, not for anyone else. We can say, I bought these flowers specially for you. They're not for anyone else, but for you. The reason I bought them was for you. Now, especially can also be used to mean for a specific purpose. So we can say her wedding dress was especially designed for her. I bought these flowers especially for you. But we can't say she loves cheese, especially chili cheddar cheese. It has to be especially, because we can't use specially without the E to mean particularly or above all. Moving on to lay and lie. Lay is a transitive verb. It takes an object. It means to put something in a flat or horizontal position. For example, Tom laid his cards on the table. Lie is an intransitive verb, so it doesn't take an object, and it means to be in a flat position or to put yourself in a flat or horizontal position. For example, I love to lie in bed and read. So I love to be in bed in a flat position and read. Lie can also mean saying something that isn't true. For example, she lied to the teacher about her assignment. So she told something that wasn't true. The grammar of these three words is all different. So lay, the past tense is laid, and the past participle is laid. It's regular. Whereas lie, as in a flat position, is irregular. Lie, lay in the past, and lain, the past participle, which we almost never hear, to be honest. We don't usually use this verb in the past participle form. And lie, to tell an untruth, is regular. Lie, lied, lied. So notice lay can mean the verb meaning to put something in a flat position, or it could be the past tense of the intransitive verb to be in a flat position. You just need to know from context which meaning it is. On to advice and advise. Quite simply, advice is a noun, whereas advise, pronounced with a z sound, is a verb. For example, I need some advice, please. It's an uncountable noun, so we use some. We could say I need a piece of advice because it's uncountable. Whereas the verb, the doctor advised me to have some rest. Lose and loose are very commonly confused, even with native speakers. Lose with one O is a verb, the opposite of find, whereas loose with a s sound, not z, is an adjective, and it means the opposite of tight. So when something has a lot of space, maybe it's a bit too big. For example, he always loses his keys. He can never find his keys. I bought a new top, but it was too loose for me. It was too big. It wasn't the right size. Effect and effect. They sound the same. The one with the E is a noun, whereas the one with an A is a verb. The easy way to remember it is A for action. A verb is an action word. A for action. Okay, so affect is the verb, the action word. The doctor's advice had an effect on him. Okay, here it is a noun. The doctor's advice affected him. We use it as a verb here. These two sentences both mean the same thing, it's just the word is used differently. If something affects you, this means you feel the effect of it. So this definition summarizes the meaning of these two words. Moving on to remind and remember, let's start with remember. It means to keep in your mind, not to forget something. Whereas remind means to make someone remember. For example, she remembered to take her keys. That means she remembered herself. It was in her mind. She didn't forget. Whereas I reminded her to take her keys. That means she remembered because I told her. Okay, so I am the one who made her remember. She didn't remember herself. Lend and borrow. Borrow means to take something from someone for some time and, you give it back later. For example, I borrowed my mum's phone. Maybe I forgot my phone, I needed to call someone. I borrowed her phone for a short time to make a call. Lend means to give something to someone for some time. Essentially, it's the opposite of borrow. For example, my mum lent me her phone. She gave it to me for me to use, and then I gave it back. Common question is, can you borrow me some money? Is this correct? Well, it's not standard English. some people in some dialects it is used commonly, but it's not standard to say that. So we don't say, can you borrow me some money? In standard English, it is correct to say, can you lend me some money? That's helped you. There will be another video with some more commonly confused words, so look out for that. Thank you for watching.